spent in a miserable way.
U.S. News pictured ex-cop, 75, who died in plane crash in Yorba Linda at Ki11ed for watching stuff. This is the retired police officer who died in the cockpit of a small plane after it fell out of the sky and plummeted into our home, setting fire to the house and killing a family of 4 who were watching the Super Bowl. Antonio Pastai, 75, of Gardnerville, Nevada, was piloting the Cessna 414 that fell apart mid-air while flying over Yorba Linda, a suburb around 36 miles southeast of Los Angeles, at around 1:45 p.m. on Sunday. The ex-Chicago police officer, who was the only person on the aircraft, died after smashing into the 2-story house along with 2 men and 2 women who will now need to be identified using DNA because their injuries are so severe. Retired police officer Antonio Pastai died as his plane fell apart in midair and plummeted in a fiery heap into a home, killing 4 others. The 75-year-old was the sole occupant of the Cessna 414 that smashed into a house in Yorba Linda, a suburb around 36 miles southeast of Los Angeles, killing a family watching the Super Bowl. Others claimed the victims were a husband and wife and their daughter and son-in-law. Like Corey Martin, based on initial information received by the individuals who survived the incident, we believe the individuals were members of a family attending a gathering. It is not known how many people were in the home at the time, but witnesses described seeing some survivors run out of the home screaming for loved ones who did not make it out. 2 others are being treated in the hospital for burns and a firefighter was also injured. After crashing through the house, the plane smashed through a fence and eventually came to a stop in the backyard of another home on the street behind the burnt property. AAA Dashcam footage taken by a driver nearby captured the moment the plane fell from the sky in a fireball and vanished out of view, crashing into the home and killing 4 people inside it. Horrified divers watched as the house was torn apart by flames with at least 4 people inside. None of the victims. The plane's main carriage ended up in the backyard of the house behind the one it set on fire. The pilot. The plane is shown above in the backyard of the home behind the one it set on fire, where it eventually came to a stop. It is not known if the front of the plane was damaged and if the cockpit was almost severed from the cabin in the crasher. Parts of the plane, including one of its twin engines, landed in Ibis Yards as the plane took off from Acolorado Municipal Airport about a dozen miles west of the blaze. It is not clear where the pilot was traveling to or how long he had been in the air. It was a boom. It sounded like. He said he ran to the burning house and saw a woman come out with singed hair. The plane's registration was pending when it crashed. It is listed when a resident puts out a piece of flaming debris with a garden hose as others try to help the ibis trapped in the home. It is not yet clear. Firefighters worked to put out the blaze at a home in Yorba Linda on Sunday evening after a small private plane crashed into it and set it alight, killing 4 people inside and the male pilot. The crash left debris scattered across the suburban street and destroyed the 2-floor home. Firefighters had to stand on the roof of the house next door to try to put out the flames on the 2nd floor of the property. The crash torched the entire house where at least 4 people had gathered to watch the Super Bowl, according to Ibis. All of the house's interior was destroyed in the fire and its roof was barely intact by the time firefighters put out the blaze. Clint Langford, who lives about a half-mile away, said he was in his living room when he heard a low rumbling. It's the eerie, low rumbling sound that keeps getting lower and louder. It was scary. He looked out his front door and could see plane parts falling out the sky in the distance. Parts of the plane landed in Ibis' backyards and caused less serious damage to their homes. A firefighter on a crane puts out the blaze after the plane's main carriage and one of its engines smashed through the roof of the property. A driver describes hearing the plane come down and crash into the property while firefighters survey the damage to her home area. One of the plane's engines landed on the porch of another house where no one was harmed. Pat Robbers, who lived about a mile from the crash site, told the Orange County Register he saw the plane on fire and coming apart. Video posted on Twitter showed panicked residents running to the house as it became engulfed in flames and dark smoke. One man doused. Aerial footage taken from news helicopters show plane parts, including side panels and a propeller, scattered on rooftops and driveways near the burned house. The main body of the twin-engine plane was found in the backyard of another home not far from the burned house. The fire spread, debris was scattered over 4 blocks, Simpson said. Rain from a winter storm helped firefighters extinguish the house fire. They plan to search. The National Transportation and Safety Board will investigate the cause of the crash. Probably for the same reason people are allowed to. The comments below have not been moderated.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.